All right, you guys, these are two of the baseball mystery packs that were purchased by my buddy Nate. Shout out Trial by Gods. I just want to show you the type of stuff you can find in my mystery pack. So here's mystery pack. He chose number 14 and 31. I think there's 52 of them that way made total, and there's probably like 14 gone, maybe 10. All right, so Billy Ripken F-Face card. Gotta love that card. Jose Bautista Bat Flip Refractor. Yoan Moncada Refractor Rookie. Cal Ripken Jr. Fleer Rookie. Ricky Henderson Rookie. You get one auto and one memorabilia card and one numbered card on average in every pack. His auto in this one was Thomas Nido. He's doing really well right now, I think, for the Mets. And he's a Mets fan. His memorabilia card, Albert Almora Jr. That's pretty nice. And then here's his numbered card, Andrew McCutchen. Numbered to 636. Zach Greinke rookie. And a Kerry Wood rookie as pack number 1.
Because you don't need 20 friends. You just need 3 motherfuckers and you can take over a country. Okay, that's what we're confused as Americans. We think we need all these motherfuckers. You give me 3 bad motherfuckers and you're finished. You understand me?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back. It is a great Wednesday night. Let me know if my my mic sounds okay, you guys. I've been having a problem with my mic, so make sure you guys let me know. Appreciate everybody that's joining us today. We are on the radar collectibles, and we have got some killer stuff to talk about tonight. Shout out to Vinny, who is not able to make it tonight. So you guys get
He didn't get a shout out for that.
Man, Vinny got monkeypox.
Oh, fuck that. Hey, shout out for missing work.
Yeah, Vinny.
Have fun.
Vinny got monkeypox, and he contracted monkeypox, and he's not going to be able to be a part of the show because he got a big ass bump like in the middle of his forehead, like the eyeball and everything everywhere all at once. No, I'm just joking. This is wife's birthday.
Good thing is he caught it naturally. He should be good in a couple days. So
yeah.
Should be good in a couple days.
Yeah,
but I do want to say this portion of the show being brought to you by the Bogcast and Bryan McClay's card collection. Get all the cards that you need. Go holler at Bryan. And that was a great segue into On the Radar podcast. Remember, this portion of the show is being brought to you by Bryan McClay and his card collection. You too can get these cards at wherever the website is where Bryan. It's somewhere where they can get it.
Friday, brother. I got a sports card sale Friday. You guys go check the link in the description for my link tree. It'll take you there. Yeah. We'll have mystery packs available.
Absolutely.
And live and just because Marcus brought it up, live Bogcast tomorrow, episode 165. It's only going to be on the Bogcast, you guys. I'll have it on my page, for people to check out, but you won't get a notification unless you're subscribed to the Bogcast on YouTube. That being said, tonight's show, we're going to go over a little bit. Put that on vibrate, dude. What the fuck? What the fuck? Put that shit on vibrate.
His lights are going on and off. He's looking around like, what's going on? Oh my
I'm a professional, baby. That being said, we're going to talk a little bit about ECCC. We're going to talk a little bit about the last couple weeks or the last week in, all the craziness that's going on. We've got some X-Men spec to talk about. We have got some crazy virtual rapper news craziness that's going on, which is very interesting. We got all kinds of stuff to talk about tonight, you guys. We got a lot of fun to get into.
And we're giving away money. We're giving away money. Start tuning in now. Matter of fact, join the Discord. I'm not going to tell you too many more times. We're giving away money. Join the Discord.
And I'm going to put a link to the Discord in the chat.
I thought we were about to do some fucking Boosie style fucking early Instagram shit. I was about to get excited.
Yeah. Thought you put the lips on the gram for
Throw them on the gram.
Throw them on the gram for $1,000.
Did you see the Boosie
getting problem when you take away fucking freedoms from people? You don't give fucking Boosie being free. God, remember how good the internet and Twitter used to be?
Absolutely.
Fuck.
Absolutely.
I also remember, or did you guys see Boosie getting pulled over the other day? It was awesome, man. That was one of the funniest.
A little too, yeah.
It was a little too much, yeah.
It was a little too much. It was at that point where at the first you're kind of laughing, and then like 2 minutes in you're like,
yeah, chill out,
down,
bro.
Boosie, please.
Yeah.
You're just,
Boosie,
please.
We know you're mad, but come on, bro.
Yeah, please, just please, if nothing else, don't start nothing that brother. It don't take much right now. So,
dude,
please.
we had so many hip hop comments last week in the comments.
Yeah,
like I said, I could do a fucking hip hop podcast with you guys, just not talking anything else.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This is what I do. Me and Vinny, we do work in the music industry. And I know Bryan works, radio and all that other stuff. I know that you do, Bryan. So it's not hard to go into a hip hop conversation at all. And thank you guys for hanging out and being open minded to have those kind of conversations, man. It's crazy that we can even talk about that and really get people engaged. I think that's cool.
Yeah,
I think hip hop's the most American form of music that's ever been invented.
Absolutely,
personal opinion. Now, granted, it borrows a little bit of from rock and roll, but just the style, the attitude, so many things that we do in our culture that are taken for granted started because of the hip hop movement, and it's interesting to see where it's going. I'm worried about it a little bit. I like your artists. Some of your guys, Marcus, they don't take themselves too seriously. Like they have fun. They got dances, and you know what I mean. Like they're doing like fun dances, like that one dude about the party in the mansion. Shit like that. More of that kind of music, because golly, some of the stuff that they're playing on the radio right now, if you would have played that shit in 2001, they'd have got laughed off the radio.
Yeah.
And now it's just everything's so saturated. It's weird, that it doesn't seem like talent shines through the way that it used to.
Well, in that, I'm sorry. Go ahead, B. We've just been cutting you off. What you say, B? Go ahead.
No, I was going to go back to Boosie. Did you guys see Boosie? It was on one of his interviews he did with Vlad, talking about his grandson. Did you guys see that?
Dude,
he didn't know it was. He was all stoked, like in the interview before, that he was going to go meet his grandson, and he hadn't met his grandson yet, and he was just born, and this and that, and he was kind of worried about it. The next interview, he came back. He's like, "Man, I went and met my grandson, and we pulled off his shoes, man, and I noticed he didn't have the toes, the family toes, and I knew instantly that wasn't my grandson." And it turns out he was right, dude.
It was right.
It was so crazy.
Yeah. It's no, go ahead. What you say? Trey?
No, I want to answer Nate's question whenever you're done, Marcus.
Okay. Yeah. Nah, man. There's so many superstitions and things like that, in just that, hip hop urban movement where, the toes, or, if the woman's belly is too high, it's a boy. If it's too low, it's a girl. It's all that kind of shit. It's too funny at best. Go ahead, Trey. What you got?
No. Nate was just asking our opinions on Tom McDonald. I got a feeling you don't know who he is. I got a feeling Bryan might.
I do, 100%.
I honestly think his movement right now in his music, he's doing more. I think he's had 4 #1 songs on iTunes in the past 16 months. Who else has those numbers? We're talking
with no promotion.
With 0 promotion. I mean, he bought that beat off him. That old Eminem beat, and did that. I mean, he's done stuff with He's done stuff with a little bit of everybody. And yes, his music is politically pretty charged. He's definitely, going to a demographic that the Trump white people. I mean, it is what it is. But, like, I found him because I was a huge fan of Madchild. I don't know if you guys know who Madchild was.
No.
Oh, come on.
No, I gotta look into it now.
Madchild.
No. Everyone knows who it is. I'm going to give you a second because you know who he is. He was in one of the most famous underground rap groups of all time. Swollen Members.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah. I'm looking at him. Yeah.
So that is how I like the very first time I heard Tom McDonald was on an old Madchild EP. Madchild's got a real nasal. He's fucking badass. There's a song called 100 Fire Emojis. It's got Adam Calhoun, McDonald, and Matt, and it's fucking really, really good. But I love Madchild. Golly, we can talk about this shit forever. But
there's another guy up in Canada that is really good. He does a lot of freestyle type stuff over newer song beats. Hercules.
No, it's Hercules. He did that song with Ritz and Yellow Wolf. He's good. He's on a bunch of the Jelly Roll. Him and Jelly Roll have I don't know if it's an EP or not, but no, it's what's weird is because it's weird. Like I said, I was talking about that, and I believe it was Nate who said it in the comments last week. We were kind of talking about that country hip hop. He called it grunge hip hop.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought about it all week, and I loved it because that's exactly what it is. Like, you remember when the grunge shit started in Seattle, a bunch of dirty fucking people in flannel, and that's kind of what it's based on. And that's kind of what this country hip hop stuff is, kind of the same thing, different areas of the country, but it is an offshoot of hip hop. But some of these white guys are kind of getting better. I mean, for 20 years, there's been 3 white guys that honestly, that you throw everyone in a pool, there's 3 guys that could probably fucking tread water. In all honesty, we know who they are. Not difficult. There's a few more now, but they're not.
Let's talk about that. That's a great. I mean, we're already in the hip hop conversation.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about some of those white hip hop artists that we think are actually good, right? Are actually. I'll throw Slug from Atmosphere up there.
Do you know I got in a fist fight with him?
No shit. Look at Marcus.
The
Marcus
fucking
is like,
Blue
I'm
Door in Oklahoma
out.
City in 1999. It was him, fucking Sage Francis, and Merge, the dude with the dreadlocks. He was supposed to. Slug was supposed to battle my buddy Nada P, who was an Oklahoma City guy. They were talking shit online, and he was supposed to battle. Well, he got too drunk, and he wouldn't do it. So we followed him to his car, and fucking it was on. And if we respected those dudes, because they threw hands back.
Yeah.
But
so I've only worked with 3 white rappers in my life. One of them being Paul Wall.
Paul Wall ranks.
Yeah, Paul Wall. I did the first Get Your Mind Correct with him and Chameleon there before they became separated. And then I worked with Paul on Chick Magnet, which is the album after that. So did Paul's my guy. I also worked with Eminem. It was in the beginning when he first got started. I was working at Interscope, and the way that they marketed him to us, they sent out gray tapes, and in the gray tapes they sent the music, and they didn't let you know that he was white at the time. And so you just listen to the music. It was just like this guy just spitting just incredible music. And he was like, "Who is this?" And he was like, "Yo, it's this new kid out of Detroit. His name's Eminem. Dre just signed him." Because, I'm working for Interscope, so that's Aftermath. That's Dre's label. So they sent the tape out, and it was just like, cool, let's get it done. The first record that I worked with him was Hi, My Name Is. That was the, everything was after that. I mean, I think the record they sent us to listen to was I Just Don't Give a Fuck. And then it was Hi, My Name Is, which was the record that we worked in, that goes on and on and on. Last record that I worked was Bubba Sparks.
Ooh.
It's Gonna Get Ugly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that was, I guess, in a way, with Bubba Sparks, because, it was just almost, people were trying to figure out that whole country rap tune kind of thing. So, Bubba was from the country. Timbaland put him on a dope-ass beat. And, I see you, Nate. Put him on dope-ass beat. And, he killed it. He had one hit, but still, that hit, it ran the summer when it was out. You know what I'm saying? So it was actually really cool. That's my story on that. That's
AOA. You have definitely never met me, sir, because your statistics are. You would lose a lot of things if you took that bet. So, dude, Bubba Sparks wasn't bad. Here's the thing: is Bubba Sparks was at the time. Another one, Yellow Wolf, which Yellow Wolf talked about multiple times. Here's the thing: is he's transitioned fully. Yeah. I actually think he's into rock and roll fully now. Like he went into that grunge, that grunge hip hop stuff. He did that album with your boy that we've talked about multiple times, Kasky.
I love that album.
He did his own EP, and now he's doing shit with Shooter Jennings almost exclusively. But that was an interesting era. When they kind of the Alabama, Georgia, Do you
think Kid Rock was a influence on any of that?
No, absolutely not. No,
dude, they talk about him all the time.
He was when Kid Rock first came out, he was actually rapping. He was with Too Short.
Yeah,
he was actually Too Short. But when he realized, because even his first album cover is like a heel, and it's like supposed to be some titties or some ass or something.
Yeah, and he's got a high top fade.
Yeah, he's got a high top fade as a white dude and all that. But it wasn't until Bow with the Bow, right? You know what I'm saying?
I got a story about that, bro.
When he hit that, that's when he hit his pocket. I'm not saying that Kid Rock was not influential. I'm saying that the guys that are really rapping and were really doing the thing, they were not listening to Kid Rock. They were not listening to Kid Rock. I can't even say
you're not wrong. No, you're not. I'm saying that the guys now,
the country
like
rock
the people
style.
that we're talking about, are one. They talk about them because like Jelly Roll and those guys like that. Like you can look on their Instagram. Kid Rock's got a bar in Memphis that's one of the popular ones. Like Jason Aldean, a couple of those guys have really big bars, and that's the one that these guys like Upchurch and some of the more controversial ones fucking go to for sure.
Got it.
Did you watch the Upchurch shit on this Kidney Rodney stuff? Upchurch probably is racist, to be honest with you. But no, Marcus, you'll have to look it up after the podcast. You're a smart guy. You form your own opinions. But he said some very stupid things, in my opinion. But he was fucking trying to use his whole audience to help find this Keely Rodney, and fucking he got some stuff dug up. It was pretty interesting. It's cool to see when celebrities actually use their influence for good. Joe's wanting to know. Joe's like, let's talk about Ace of Base and fucking John Tesh.
I
guarantee you. Hey. I guarantee you, I guarantee you, Doc Joe has a John Tesh CD. I guarantee it. I would honestly bet good money.
Yeah.
Let's see what he said. Now I'm curious.
Mojo Quid says, ever since Ball with the Ball, Kid Rock has two songs alike. So here's the deal with Kid Rock. All right. And this is kind of like a I'm a little bit ashamed to talk about this, but a little bit like, it is what it is. So there was a place downtown in Phoenix called The Heat. It was a little club where all kinds of different music acts played, and you could get max in there, 50 people if you're fucking lucky. You know what I mean? Had a bar in there, and it was really chill little dive bar type place. So I go there to hang out with a buddy and just chill at the dive bar, and there's a show that night, and it's fucking Kid Rock, right? And I don't know who Kid Rock is, nothing. And I go up to the bar and I sit down and I look over, and there's this dude sitting next to me. He's in a full fur coat, no shirt on underneath, just chilling there, and he's drinking beer. And we just start shooting the shit, and he buys me and my buddy beers, and we're just chilling. And then he's like, all right, I'll talk to you guys later. And he goes, and I didn't know who he was.
Yeah, he used to come from the crowd. That's what he would do. That was part of his stick.
And that's what he does, bro. There was maybe 15, 20 people in their max. And he sends up this midget. First time I ever see Joe C. Joe C goes up there, calls him out. Kid Rock comes out, puts on probably one of the best shows I've ever seen anybody put on in a little theater like that. He played every fucking instrument, got on the DJ booth, played the drums. Dude, he put on, and I was like, holy shit, bro. I was totally just blown away by how great of a musician this dude was and a performer. Dude, it was unbelievable. And that's why I gave him respect for the longest time. I thought some of the stuff he put out was a little too cheesy for me. You're on mute, Trey.
I was spitting fucking. You should have heard that.
I know.
No, and that's what I was trying to say. Is like Jay Ward's comedy. Like I live in Nashville, and Kid Rock is not respected by true musicians. And there's multiple interviews from like Hardy and Ernest talking about when he was literally on MTV. Do you remember that time he came on MTV? He played every instrument on Ball with a Ball. He would grab the guitar, every fucking instrument.
That's exactly
live on
what
stage.
He did. Yep.
You can say what you want to about Kid Rock, but to say that he's not a talented musician, it shows you might not know that much about him.
And here's the other thing. He had Eminem on that CD before Eminem ever came out. That's how I heard of Eminem, from that CD.
There are underground CDs in Detroit where Kid Rock's spitting 16s.
No, Kid Rock can rap. Kid Rock can definitely rap.
I've been looking for it for 25 years. There is a tape that has a song with Kid Rock, Proof, and Eminem.
Wow.
Never fucking been able to find it.
Wow.
And Proof, Eminem's best friend, was my favorite rapper, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, I found him through Eminem, but D12 guy. But Proof was arguably the best battle rapper in the world. Like he was, what did they call him in 8 Mile? Played by Mekhi Phifer. What was his character's name? But that was who really Proof was.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I have an old LimeWire.
Amen.
Don't bring up
LimeWire.
If we're ever going to bring up LimeWire or Napster, today's the day, because Vinny's taking notes. He's like, all right, this fucker.
Yo, man. Speaking of battle, switching gears. I'm sorry. Let me switch gears. Man, I just saw one of the most terrible movies in America, bro. I just saw that Predator movie, Prey. Dude. Oh my God. What in the hell did I watch? Like,
it was shit. And here's the thing. Everyone wants to talk about how good I'm fucking Comanche. First of all, we don't live in the fucking Northern Rockies. Second of all, there are no fucking grizzly bears anywhere around. That is where I come from. Like, they talked about it. Like, we passed through the Rockies in the early 1500s for 2 years before we literally settled in Oklahoma and Texas in the Palo Duro Canyon. The fucking CGI was shit. And let's talk about the worst part of the movie. It was woke. They wanted the girl to feel like she can be just as good as the warriors. 18 of her fucking family members and tribe members were killed because she wanted to show them she could be just as good as the boys. What the fuck did this accomplish? I'm serious. The CGI snake was the worst CGI that has ever been done on any movie that's ever been made.
You know what else I heard? It was funny. I've heard the majority of the people that talked to me before you guys and my buddy Jesse were like, oh, it's really good. You got to go see it. Jesse goes, don't watch it, bro. You're going to be like me the whole fucking movie and looking at the dog going, when's he going to die? When's he going to die? And I'm like, what? I don't like, why do movies even do that with dogs anymore? Like, I won't go watch a movie if the dog's in it and the dog's going to die. You know what I mean? Like, call me a pussy, whatever you want, man. Like, dogs are the shit, bro. Like, the unconditional love comes out of dogs and nothing else. I don't want to see a dog get fucked up in any way. And if there's a dog in the movie, whether he lives or not, I'm going to be looking at that thing the whole time. So I haven't seen it yet because of that. I'm like, dude, did the dog die? They're like, nah, don't worry about it. But still.
Righteous Flipper. I am from that fucking tribe. The tribe that they portrayed, they fucked and they made me on that plane in the tribe. So I do know what I'm talking about. Women were not warriors. Women had jobs to do. If they did that, they would have been fucking outcast. First of all, you can say whatever. It was 100% fucking woke because women in the Comanches that's not what they did. They did not hunt. They did not fight. They had their jobs to do. Whether you like to hear that or not, it's unfortunately but true. They had kids. They scraped they sew, they did different kneading, they did multiple different things. But being a warrior was not one of them. So nope. I understand where you're going with this, but this is literally what I fucking know about. No one knows more about this culture than I do. Here's the thing: they could have used the Nez Perce, they could have used the Sioux. I just don't understand why they used the Comanche and then wanted to put them in the Northern Rockies. It honestly, and you'd be like, oh, well, this is fucking Indians. No, it literally like putting an Eskimo and putting them in Hawaii. Be like, well, it's kind of the same thing. Is it? Nah, it's not.
Did you listen to? I can't remember if it was on the Comanche or not, but
okay, you know more about it than I do.
The podcast that Rogan always talks about, the dude that always talks about all the crazy shit that's going on, like during history. No, I'm forgetting his name. Anyways, this guy does a podcast where he just talks about crazy times in history, and he does a podcast, I think, on the Comanche, and it's one of the craziest podcasts I've ever heard. He also does one on like Genghis Khan and you know, when the Mongols went into the Middle East and Iraq and shit and just decimated it. Anyways, that guy does a really good podcast, I think, on the Comanche that you should check out.
Did they say that, was it like Genghis Khan's DNA is in like 0.7% of all the population still in the those numbers are fucking off, but like,
it's crazy.
It's something like,
yeah,
from where they started to where they ended, like that, you go look at like Alexander the Great and some of those conquerors, like what they were able to accomplish when they didn't have wheels and rubber and the way that they traveled from countries is unreal.
Let me figure this out. It was Dan Carlin. Dan Carlin is the name of the guy that does it, and it is one of the craziest podcasts. If you guys get a chance, Dan Carlin podcast. It's a history podcast. That's really, really good. It's called Hardcore History. And yeah, he did one on I think the Comanche tray that you should check out. It's supposed to be really, really crazy. Anyways, yeah, man, I'm not surprised. We already know the majority of movies kind of pull this shit. So
I love the idea though. Was fucking great.
Yes, great idea.
Like the dropping, like here's the thing, dropping them off and play like you said, let's drop them off into fucking feudal China or, you know, Russia or Germany. Let's drop them off in these cool ass places where there was history involved. You know, the 1800s. You know, and the other thing, the people have been talked about it. Predator 2 is an underrated movie.
That's one by far.
Absolutely.
I will die on this hill. Danny Glover's Predator 2 is a way better movie than all the other Predators, man.
You know that this is what ties into Predator 2.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Okay. You're sorry, Brian.
Yeah, go ahead. Hey, listen,
at the end of this,
spoilers
at the end of this
channel.
movie, when they kill the Predator, they kill it with a pistol.
Yeah.
You remember when Danny Glover gets handed the pistol by the Predator at the end of number 2? This is the pistol that was used to kill the Predator. But again, the girl had to do this, and they prelude. If you actually read the end trailer, they come back a year later and wipe the whole fucking village out from the sky. You can see the fire and the whole 9 yards, but she did a good job. She got her.
She did a good job for 6 weeks.
She did a great job. Awesome job. Everyone died, but she did. She did her job. Everyone should be happy.
She did a job, and six weeks from now, everybody went on to meet the king. That
Such
was
a cool pistol.
And shit. Like I love connective tissue and the simple
continuity.
fact. And apparently, in the Dark Horse comics, there is a whole mini series about that pistol and the significance of the pistol in the Predator world. I did not read that series.
It's funny you bring that up. I met I was working on this like independent film set, and one of the camera guys started talking me up about comics. And he goes, yeah, I don't read a lot of comics, but I read all of the Aliens and Predator stuff, all of it. And he goes, there are some amazing storylines in the Dark Horse Predator world that people do not know about.
Yeah.
So we should actually dig deep into that shit, man, because that should be that could be really cool, really fucking cool.
Absolutely.
So, there was another thing we were talking about.
Like, don't you want to see Predator go back and fight Tom Cruise in feudal Japan?
Oh my God! Don't even bring that up, bro.
Samurai. Tom Cruise was the only samurai.
Oh yeah, God.
Absolutely.
No fucking thank you at all.
But honestly, like, how cool would it be to drop a Predator off in like early Africa and have him fucking deal with fucking lions and about 13 other fucking big cats that could fuck him up?
That actually would be kind of live, you know what I'm saying? To see a Predator really like go
I do not know a lot about the tribes, but whatever the fucking badass tribes were over there.
Right, totally. Yeah, it's a lot. I'm not gonna say I know all about the tribes and stuff like that in Africa, being like that from that space. But
Masawi, right? That's a good one.
Well, I mean, it's a lot of them when you really start to dig deep. What I do realize though is that dropping Predator anywhere in any timeline, everybody's going to react different. So they're from the future and they keep going back, like to the past or whatever the case may be. So when you want to really dig deep on it, right? Like you got this Predator that's been dropped back in time where they ain't really got no weapons and no bullshit like that. They chopping with axes and they living in wherever they living at in this I guess medieval time or whatever you want to call it, time before time. I think that was the only cool part about that movie, was that it was just a Predator dropped in the past. I think that's the only thing that I can really get with.
You can't tell me. I want to watch a fucking movie in modern day where the Predator goes to O Block in Chicago.
Absolutely.
Would you not watch it?
I would watch it.
Fucking A. Like stuff
they never dropped Predators. They never dropped Predators in the hood. Listen, Mobb Deep said there's a war going on outside. No man is safe from. You can run, but you can't hide forever.
He did fucking take out the whole Jamaican gang in Predator 2, though.
Great
was
fucking
it Jamaican
movie,
or Haitian?
Man. Jamaican,
I can't remember if they were Jamaican or Haitian.
I think they were Haitian.
Were they?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Predator 2 was the shit. I didn't like any of the Predator movies after that, and I'm not surprised Prey is shitty, and I'm not surprised the CGI. You said the CGI was shitty at all, because some of the CGI has been terrible across the board on a lot of Star Wars projects, Marvel projects, any movies. But speaking of CGI,
boom, I know where you're going. Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure we talked about this a couple weeks back. I know we've been talking about it behind the scenes. This is such an interesting story if you guys haven't heard it. You guys know we talk a lot about digital collectibles, NFTs. We also get, as you already witnessed, we get really heavy into the music world, and we love talking about music. This right here is so crazy to me. This is a rapper, an AI artist. Okay, so everything's AI. Other than I don't know if you can't call the lyrics and the music AI, but the character that they created around. FN, is it FM Meka or Meka?
FN Meka. FN Meka. Yeah.
And it's very interesting. And GQ put out this story where it said the most divisive rapper right now is an AI, an artificial, intelligence thing. And I think when we kind of brought this up, we kind of talked about it like, this is where this stuff is going. They're going to start merging not only the NFTs and the collectibles of this stuff, but they're going into the metaverse. Right. This is the metaverse is a real deal. They signed a metaverse rapper. Everybody was talking about it for a couple weeks. And then yesterday, I think, or the day before maybe, it came out that Capitol Records straight dropped his ass, or their ass, like quickly, because it might be multiple people, right?
Yeah, well, the FN Meka project was created by Factory New, that's the name of the company, co-founders Anthony Martini and Brandon Lee. Over a year ago, it's a nonprofit. The nonprofit organization Industry Blackout. Now, Industry Blackout is very important in this key because industry blackout is kind of like a bunch of executives and creatives and people with influence that come together and they all stand together. So it's like when the last time we did it, it was like they did a thing, and if you was in the music industry, everybody had to go dark. So it was industry blackout day. Yeah. And everybody put up a black screen on their
who was the first person I remember hearing talk about that? Like, hey, if we just all go dark, there's nothing they could do about that. The first person? Joe Budden.
Joe Budden. Yep. Joe Budden.
Joe Budden.
So
anyways.
So industry blackout got with Capital, basically said it was a direct insult to the black community and our culture. And it was of such gross stereotype and all the mannerisms that derive from black artists, complete with the slurs. So the AI is doing the slurs, all the N-words and everything else that goes with it, right?
Is it the AI was doing that? Was it a rapper? Was it an actual rapper?
No, it's not a. I mean, I guess you want to say it's an actual rapper, but the character is a 3D model. You know what I'm saying? So somebody, of course, is rapping because they're using his voice. You see what I'm saying? So it was an actual person, but it wasn't him.
I didn't know, because this week, have you seen that AI that's doing the paintings?
Yes, I love that shit. We do.
I didn't know. Like I said, I didn't know if they had finally got to the point where they were able to I thought that there was like an AI fucking making up rap lyrics and songs and shit. Now I thought
that's what I thought too. Yeah.
Okay, you're not crazy, because I thought that's what he meant too.
Yeah, 100%. That's what I thought. I want to see a music video of his. We might get hit by a copyright, but I don't care, because I want to see what.
Do you have it? Do you have it? I put it in the thing for you to grab.
I couldn't.
It's not on the private side, but it's there. I have a thing.
Yeah, 1 second. Let me do this.
But while you're doing that, let me say this. So Industry Blackout was saying that Gunna, who's actually featured as a guest artist on the track, is currently incarcerated for rapping the same type of lyrics the robot mimics. Meanwhile, your artificial rapper will not be subject to federal charges for such. So that's what they sent the Capitol. And then if you go further, you kind of read this. We demand the partnership be terminated, a formal public apology be issued, FM Meka removed from all platforms. Furthermore, all the money spent by Capitol Records, to promote him, be used to allocate to charitable organizations that directly support Black youth in the arts, as well as marketing budgets for Black artists signed to Capitol Records. We look forward to your response and compliance. And right after that, he got dropped. This came out one day, he was dropped the next day.
See, in this same light, I wonder if a country label would have done the same thing if anybody would have fucking cared.
They did, my man. What's my man that God, I can't think of his name. They didn't drop him, but it was bad for him for a minute. Very popular country artist right now. He started on a TV show. That's how he got his break. Morgan Wallen. Yeah, I mean they crucified his ass for some stuff.
Yeah, he was on TMZ. He was partying, and they got him saying the N-word on a Ring camera. But he wasn't calling anyone it. He was like, I don't know exactly. I'll stick my foot in my ass. But yeah, no, they went after him, and as you should be. When you say stupid shit, there's consequences in this day.
I mean, no bullshit. They went after Hulk Hogan, bro. Hulk Hogan was like,
he kind of deserved it though.
I mean, but I'm just saying, every kid knew. I mean, Hulk Hogan. Yeah, what's going on, brother? I mean, everybody knew what Hulk Hogan was. If you're in Florida, because that's where he lives, you know that's how Hulk Hogan naturally talks. You know what I'm saying? His
name was Hoops. It was a rapper named Hoops that Brooke was dating. And remember, he said the most horrible things in that call about the kid. So no, I don't understand how Hogan didn't get fully canceled. And then he made all that money off the Gawker lawsuit, off the Bubble the Lud Sponge from fucking his wife. That's the craziest story that no one talks about, is that he won that giant lawsuit against Gawker.
Right.
And then it came out that he was banging, Bubba, he'd come over to his house, but hey, you want to fuck my wife? And he just let him. Just what is going on?
I mean, you know, Hulk Hogan done pumped himself up with all that shit. That boy got to go get that gas station dick pill if it's gonna work for him, Doc. I mean, he out of there.
I was hoping that in one of these Rockies that they do a fuck.
Okay, I'm back. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said that. I'm sorry. Okay, carry on.
I'm trying to find a video from this dude, and I can't find even a video from him, like an actual, one of his song videos.
There's a clip. There's a clip out there. I think if you go to his Instagram, you can see it's a clip. FN Meka on
okay,
Instagram.
Hold on. Yeah, I'll look that up.
But yeah, it's. I mean,
here he is.
And you're right, Joe. We live in a place where you don't get a second chance on for look. Account is private. See, they won't even. They know what. Look, click on that link.
Look, he says robot rapper not accepted by this world.
Yeah. Oh, YouTube, maybe music. That's the
song. Can you guys hear that? Did you guys hear that? All right, hold on. Let me show you guys this.
The Booker T one is my. Hey, I can't tell you. That might be my favorite wrestling clip of all time when Booker T slips up. It literally is the.
Or you seen the one with Vince McMahon? And Vince McMahon walks by Booker T. So I'm like, hey, what's going on? Oh, he's talking. He passed by John Cena. And he tell. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, listen. What do you say, Marcus?
Yeah.
Oh, he goes. He passes by John Cena, and he says, "What's going on, man?" You know what I'm saying? And then he's walking by, and then Booker T is with a girl, and the crowd just goes nuts. And then Booker T is like, "Did he just say what I thought he said?" Yeah, it's on YouTube. You can pull it up. It's there.
The one that he screwed up with Hogan is he's got Scary Sherry's on his arm, and he's cutting his promo, and him and Hogan are about to wrestle, and he's like, "Hulk Hogan, I'm coming for you," and he drops it, and like you can tell right when he says it, he goes, "Damn!" Like he looks down, like you can see in his face he's dejected, and Mean Gene and Sherry look at him, and Mean Gene has this grin on his face. It's such a fucking good. I hope someone posted it in the chats because it really is fucking hilarious.
All right, here's a quick snippet of this AI rapper. Here we go, you guys.
You see the Tesla, Gucci, Cybertruck. I wreck that shit, don't give a fuck. Like, just put it on my tab. I don't see the price, throw it in my bag. Always in a foreign when I dash. Clear water, VVS diamonds, bust down, make a splash.
Sounds like a lot of hip hop
like
artists that are out.
6ix9ine.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they got to make it sound robotic as the character is robotic. I mean, and it sound. I mean, and all that is that's outside of auto-tune. It's a machine called Antares. That's what it is. It's a program called Antares or Melodyne, one of the two. And all you do is really it's meant to fix your pitch. So there's a little bit of information for everybody. The way they get there is that this machine or program is meant to fix your pitch. So if you're out of tune, it'll pull your voice down to the correct note.
So for people that were recording something that could actually sing, every once in a while they'll go out of tune on
pitchy,
a little bit.
Yeah.
But now
they can run it through this processor and it's going to fix every note. So what they did was you turn this thing down to 0, and now you have this robot. All you have to do is be in the right key, and now you have this robotic effect.
Well, it's very interesting what it says here about the artist himself, or I don't even, you can't even call it the artist himself anymore, which is very interesting. But it says here that Meka's rise and fall, if you could call it that, happened with dizzying speed. Meka's signing was announced August 12th. Capitol's vice president expressed excitement about the project's ability to unite the worlds of music, technology, gaming, and culture, and said that FN Meka was just a preview of what's to come. Then backlash started about 10 days ago, and by August 23rd, Capitol released a statement to Rolling Stone in which they announced that he was no longer signed. They apologized for what was going on and acknowledged the widespread backlash against Meka for the character's reliance on harmful racial stereotypes. So even Chuck D came out and made a comment about it, which, when that happens, people are going to notice. So, man.
It's not good. I mean, it's a great idea if it was done right. Like if they'd have made him like a party rapper, to Trey's point. Like if this thing is out dancing and partying and just doing party music, like think if that character did an LMFAO party rock is in the house tonight. Those kind of records.
Game over.
It's game over. You got this. You got this at every EDM festival. The robot is dancing and doing all kind of.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You could have the hologram of them. Yeah. You could do this. Everything. This could. You don't have to pay a real person anymore. You're in Star Wars land type stuff. You know, like this is where record labels want to go. This is the type of shit record labels want to do because, as Marcus and Vinny will kind of attest to, sometimes dealing with talent can be a pain in the ass.
It's tough. And not only that, but if I can go sign an artist, watch this. If I can sign an artist and it's an artist that I can create and he's going to do exactly what I want because it's ones and zeros instead of people with feelings and emotions and, hey, I need you to go and put on this clown outfit and jump in the street. Well, you may not want to do that, but guess what? This AI thing, I can create a street, I can create a whatever. I'm paying a graphic person to literally do this, and that I'm not even giving that computer in advance. I don't have to.
Yep.
I can spend that money on hiring people to program them.
Yep.
And do whatever. So it's a thing. Yeah.
Ready Player One is upon us, you guys, in a real way. Which is very interesting. And the metaverse is starting. There is money to be made in there, but there's also a lot of fuckery. Don't get us wrong. It's very interesting the way that stuff kind of works. That being said, there is a lot of very interesting stuff going on in that world. The virtual world, the NFT world, all that stuff. Let's get into some of the NFT talk here this week. We talked about the Bored Ape, the mutant Bored Ape stuff, all that type of stuff. Now Tag Heuer launches their thing with Bored Ape coming soon. What's going on here, Marcus?
So it's not necessarily launching with Bored Ape. What they're doing is they're launching a watch where you remember how we talked about maybe a couple weeks ago, we were talking about wearable NFTs, people getting the chains and, you got your NFT at the chain and you got your, you could do it as an Apple Watch or whatever. Well,
smart.
So Tag Heuer is now launching an NFT integration for his smartwatch. So now instead of Apple Watch, now you have other options. You can go a little bit more expensive because, Tag has a, prestigious name. It's a little bit more, higher level. You get the idea. So, you put your Bored Ape on that, and look, there you go. Look, here we go. We got the watch face. Bored Ape, your doodle, whatever the case may be, whatever your NFT, straight from your wallet to your phone. I mean, to your watch.
That's super smart, man.
Yeah, because it's getting ready to be to the point to where everything is going to live in a metaverse and basically the Internet of Things. So you have this little whoever this is, they got a lot of money because I'm looking at CryptoPunks and World of Women and clones and
this is so smart because people want to show off their NFTs. A lot of people who collect NFTs, it's a clout game thing for a lot of the really big high level money guys. They want to show it off. Not only do they want to show it off as their avatars for all their social media or in the metaverse, they want it physically in a chain like we were talking about, in a watch. So this is super smart.
I know a guy, he was talking about it. What's the guy with the gaming dude? He went and got all his
FaZe Banks.
Yeah, FaZe. He went and got all his CryptoPunks on a bracelet. That bracelet is worth $6 million, and it's simply just for a flex. You got Logan. You got Logan Paul, who's out here, making chains with his Pokemon cards. So imagine when that person is taking the Bored Ape and they're making a chain out of it with the Bored Ape at the front of it. I mean, I know there's people that's actually doing the gold, but what happens when the jeweler starts coming up with saying, I could take this face, put it in a necklace, and now it's something that can change. And now, because you can take a picture of it. Realistically, you can take a picture of it, but it's not on the blockchain. It's not yours. Yeah. So the flex is when it's yours and you got it on your watch.
Yeah, it's like taking a picture of the Mona Lisa and saying, I own a Mona Lisa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it's that thing.
Well, and hey, there's even more that's coming out right now in the NFT world. What's going on with Dapper Labs?
Dapper Labs.
This is interesting.
Yeah, they went live last week, actually. If you were a fan of Top Shot, Dapper Labs is now coming with their collectible NFTs to rival Top Shot. They already got Patrick Mahomes on board, so they went live last Friday. They've been out for a minute now, at least a week, should I say. But they already got Patrick Mahomes. They got Tom Brady. Several other football players are already in line to be a part of the collectible NFL moments that are coming from Dapper Labs as the rival to Top Shot. So there's money that's already being made. The key to this is going to be getting who gets to it first. Like, when Top Shot was rolling, it was all about who got to that shit first, who had the first, NFL football that mattered, character that mattered, player that matters. I say character, but player that mattered. You see what I'm saying? Had that clip, whatever the case may be, the rookie of, whoever, and you already selling it. I think you said, Bryan, you knew somebody that's making out that made like some money on Top Shot. Like, so this is at the base level right now with Dapper Labs. You running this? You on mute. You on mute, Bryan.
Sorry about that. I want to play this real quick, and then I want to tell that story about NBA Top Shot. For those of you guys that don't know what NBA Top Shot is, this stuff's very interesting, and it can make you a ton of money. Check this out real quick.
What if you could own a moment?
Come on, what is this shit?
When everything is on the line.
Let's go, let's go, let's go! Where's Hunt?
I know the moment I'd want. Sunday, January 16th, the playoffs. 5 touchdowns on 5 straight possessions. I knew exactly where they were going to be. 30 of 39. We couldn't miss. Yep, that was a pretty nice Sunday. That's a moment I'd like to own forever. Now you can too. Own the moments that matter. Buy, sell, and earn. Officially licensed NFL Digital Collectibles.
So basically, you guys, they're NFTs that are licensed, and they capture the biggest moments in sports. And for those of you guys that don't know about NBA Top Shot, like, there was a point in time when these came out that were making so much money for people. I ended up, I think, getting a couple packs originally. I think I only have a couple of them. And when you open these things, basically, this is what you get. I opened my pack, and this is what I got. I got a Trae Young 3-pointer from January 26, 2021. It's the base set, so it's nothing rare, but it has serial numbers. So it's a common version, number 15473 out of 35,000. And there's different ways to play this, but let me show you basically what I own, I guess I would say. This is the shot right here.
That's it.
So you basically own this shot right here through NBA Top Shot, if you want to call it owning it. And Trae Young fans are looking for these things, right? But here's the interesting thing. So they sell for money in different ways. You can get the super rare ones, but that's great. But low numbered, serial numbered ones are super expensive also. I had a buddy. I was telling Trey and Marcus this. I had one of my best friends in the world. I went to Emerald City this weekend with. Told me this weekend while we were flying out there, he's like, "Yeah, man, I got big into NBA Top Shot when it came out, and I've made 15 grand off of NBA Top Shot since 2021.
Yeah,
15 grand.
Yeah.
Wow.
Here's my thing. Just being transparent, right? Like, I see the comments. I see a lot of people. Yeah, I got a VCR. I'll pass on this, or yeah, I just don't get the idea of having some kind of ownership of something that anyone can just pull off of Google. You're correct. Anyone can pull it off of Google. But if you have it like how Bryan has it right here, it's on the blockchain. So he actually says that he has ownership of this clip. So let me show you how that works. Him and how many people in that number X amount for that clip. So let me show you how this works. So in the grand scheme of things, you could say with cards, there are some people, you know, if you say that you have cards and you're a card collector, right? Because it's tangible in your hand, you say, man, I can use anything. You know what? I'll use this. I got a first edition Pikachu, 1999, Yellow Cheeks. This is 10. Yeah, this is money. If you want, you know, it's good money. It's okay money. Now, you could give me the regular Pikachu of, I'm sure there's plenty of them, right? But in the grand scheme of things, when you look at, I know everything, not personal. Got it. So in the grand scheme of things, what you want to do is you want to be ahead of the curve, because some people look at cards and say that it's a waste of money. Mm-hmm. Some people look at this shit and say this shit ain't worth no money, right? But
I just told you that my buddy made not like he has 15 grand sitting in the app. No, he would make moves. So what his moves were he went and just traded tons of stuff for Luka's, right? And Luka was his moneymaker. So he cornered the market on a bunch of Luka NBA Top Shots and a bunch of other NBA Top Shots. Had an idea and a plan on what he wanted to do, and would slowly trade and then sell, trade and then sell, trade and sell. And then he pulled his money out, 15 grand in tangible, cash.
It's real. There's people right now who will say, just on the real, there's people right now who will say there's no money in comic books. There's no money in comic books. Now, we know everybody that's on this thing can tell you that there's money in comic books. But there's some people who be like, well, why the hell would I buy a comic when I could just go to Comixology and read it digitally?
Yeah, man.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I mean, like, the people who's like, well, I can go to Google. You can go to Google and fucking, and first of all, don't listen to Joe. He has grown men's jerseys hanging up in his house. Like, I don't understand the jerseys and shit. It's like, it'd be like going to the fucking mall and getting a janitor shirt and putting it up. Who gives a fuck what another grown man does for their job? Come on, Joe. Right. But it's no, seriously, you can say, I could take a picture of the Bill Ripken card you showed earlier and cut it out and put it in a fucking holder.
But it ain't the card.
It's the same fucking thing. It's on paper. It's printed. It's no different. You're technically not wrong.
AOA. AOA is going to figure out Trey's height and weight by the end of the show.
I'm telling you, he's coming for it. Yeah,
he's still wrong. I'm 6 foot on the dot. Can legally prove that too, AOA.
Yeah. But funny though. But real stuff. The whole game here is to expose you guys to the money that you guys are missing out on. It ain't necessarily for you to say, okay, cool, I'm not in it. Because see, right now today, you talk about NFTs and, oh man, it's kind of some shit. All it takes is someone next to you that pops off with something and said, man, I just made $20,000 off this fucking shit. And somebody close to you makes it. And then your eyes are open. You're like, well, shit, maybe I need to look at this differerly. Bro, Don't wait till that happens. Jump in this shit now. Start doing research now.
Yeah, throw a couple bucks at it.
Yeah.
If everybody would have listened to Marcus from the very first podcast on just the stuff that he has talked about, you would have made money.
Yeah.
Period.
Think about that. Now, how many things can you consistently make money at? He's not telling you to buy expensive shit. He's telling you to buy the free mints or the stuff that you can get in early on. He's not telling you to spend $1,000. He's not telling you to spend $500. He's trying to let people get in the shallow end of the kiddie pool before you get your fucking dick wet.
Yep.
Just
absolutely.
And listen, if there's a brand that you want to say, okay, I trust this brand, I'm going to play in this brand. Well, here's a chance for you right now because Nike's getting involved.
Nike right now is the highest earning NFT brand in the metaverse with over 100+ million in revenue right now.
185, almost 200 million. Wow.
You see what I'm saying? And then let's talk about that, Joe. You said then again, people were jumping into Bitcoin when it was $50,000. Let me tell you an NFT story and I'm done. And we can hit this, but I just want to say this. I knew about, and I'm looking right at y'all, motherfucker. I knew about Bitcoin when it was $6 fucking bucks. $6. And you know what I did? I did the same shit you doing right now. Oh man, fuck that Bitcoin shit. I'm like, man, I don't know what that is.
You know who the one of the first people to ever talk about Bitcoin as a flip or an investment?
Who?
I remember old school unpressable defects. I remember old school CBSI days. Trey was in on Bitcoin back in the day.
Yeah,
I did good. I always tell people this. I my down payment on the house that I'm in right now came from Bitcoin that I paid $140 for. Not total. I mean, for total. I mean, I think I was on the rig when I was working oil rigs. The same kind of deal. You know, I was in the comics doing anything. I was on Reddit, and you know, they were talking about this decentralized, destabilized coin. And it made sense in my head. So I bought some when it was 14, 17, and 21. I mean, I bought a bunch of coins. And I did good on it. And here's the thing. I have a bunch in my wallet still. And if I never, ever, ever do anything with that Bitcoin again, I've already done so good.
Yeah.
So, and as like you talked about, like this house, like a portion of my house was paid for by something I couldn't touch. Think about that. Think about that. Something I never fucking touched. I literally just transferred it to one digital wallet to somebody else's and was able to pay for a third of my house. And what Marcus is saying, I'm not saying that any of these NFTs are necessarily going to buy you anything.
Absolutely.
But get in throw your name in the hat, get in the game. Like I said, always do what makes sense financially. If you don't have $20 to spend, don't spend that $20.
Yeah.
But if you do, here's the thing, you can invest that. I mean, we all know we know what our 401ks have done this year. In the last 2 years, they've shit the fucking bed. So what I've been doing, instead of investing my money in something that's a losing game right now, I'm investing in blue chip cards, blue chip comics. Because I don't know if you guys are paying any attention, comic values are fucking dropping. The new keys, modern keys, have dropped 50% in the last 2 weeks. It's insane. I'll show you a book I literally bought a Capullo Dark Knight Metal 7, the one that we were talking about 2 weeks ago. The first yard of floor. I got one for $250 after one went for $170 on Sunday night. It went for $170 on Sunday night, and I messaged a guy who had one left. And I was like, hey, a couple have sold for way under this. Any thoughts on dropping it? And he sent me an offer for $60 off, and I took it immediately. And it's like, all right, what keys can I knock out? And I don't want to be lazy, because here's the thing. We've talked about this. A lot of us, not us, but a lot of people were lazy on the Miles Morales. They knew. Everyone knew that kid was going to be a fucking star. We all knew it.
Can I stop you, Trey? I got to stop you. I'm sorry, Trey. And forgive me on this, but I got to thank you. Bro. I remember y'all talking about Miles Morales, and I was on eBay, and this is God honest truth. I was on eBay. A guy was selling a box of Ultimate Fallout 4. Had like 40 comics, 40 Ultimate Fallout 4's first edition in the plastic. It was a comic store on eBay, and he wanted $300 for it. $300. And I was like, damn, 40, $300? Shit. Trey said Miles is going to be a big deal. This is finna be the new Spider-Man. Let me go ahead and buy these fucking books. Let me just spend this $320. Bro, best $320 I ever spent in my life. Each one of those books right now is what, 500 at raw, 500 raw.
Yeah.
Bro, I got 30 of them right now sitting just upstairs, just bro, in the box. Crazy.
I tell people this all the time when it comes to comics and characters. How many comic book characters have been canceled in our lifetime? I'm being serious.
I don't know any.
Not many. Yeah. They can't break a leg.
And
they can't get a back injury.
The underdog's always going to have a chance. If you invest your hard-earned dollars into Bruce Wayne, Miles Morales, Harley Quinn, those characters that no matter what, here's the thing: Batman's been around since 35, whatever year,
31,
31,
I think. Yeah.
So we're coming up on, what is that? And Batman stories are still prevalent and as exciting as they were when they first started. Same with a lot of these characters.
May of 1939.
Find a character that you have faith in and then buy all the keys. You're not going to do bad. Vinny's talked about it before. Look at charts of blue chip collectibles starting from the 60s until now. They very rarely ever stay stagnant. Like, during the pandemic years were crazy, but go and look. The charts always go up.
Yep.
Do you think first appearance of Black Panther is ever going to go down?
No.
You think FF 45, 42, you think any of those books are going to go down? How?
No.
How?
Well, and the other thing,
Marvel's not going to do anything to jeopardize their properties.
You got it. There you go.
And here's the thing, a writer might try something, there's editors and everything. So what they're going to continually do is to fluff these characters and to make them better and better and to mold them into whatever generation they want to. So that guarantees that these characters are going to be around when we're long gone.
Well, and check this out. The only problem Marvel or DC is ever going to have with a character is when an actor that plays them on the screen goes out there and pulls in Ezra Miller. And guess what's going to happen because of Ezra Miller pulling the shit that he's doing? They're not going to be actors anymore. They're going to be AI. They're going to be straight up Star Wars characters that don't have to look human, that they can pay anybody behind a computer to create.
And here's the thing: don't think they ain't figuring this shit out. Don't think these movie companies and all the rest of this shit. Don't think they ain't figuring this shit out. It's coming. If I ain't got it, look at this shit. Look at this. Yeah, this. So this is you go back here. Go back up. You can just hit the right over on it. And it'll go through.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, look at this.
This is cool. I don't know how you found this early. Marcus had this bucket in our chat before anybody else had, like 3 hours early. I still don't know where he found it.
Yeah, man. That's a lot of the stuff they send to me. But look, this is the key art for the Wakanda. Now watch this. If you were in the Discord, you saw this. We posted this days ago. If you were in the Discord.
Remember what I rarely say this, but just remember what Marcus said last week. I don't want to hear anybody bitching in the comments. I don't want to hear it. Just remember what Marcus said last week. And oh man, I didn't. Tough shit.
Hey,
ready.
Trey, can you throw me an invite link in the private chat so I can put it out for people?
Yeah, it's in that those photo. Remember that photo I made with the QR code?
Yes.
Here, go back, Bryan, too, to show them what Riri looks like.
That's the one. Her outfit in this looks way better than the Metroid one that we saw earlier.
Yeah. Go back. I'm sorry. There she goes. So that is what Riri's going to look like in the movie. This is the key art.
That makes
for the
more
characters.
sense because that looks like she made that herself as opposed to that fucking Metroid one that we saw.
Right.
Well, did you see the Legends one? Did you see that one? There's a new Legends one. So I think this might be the one that she comes up with on her own. And by the end of the movie, it's very svelte, very feminine looking. I'll bring it up while you guys are talking about this. But
I want to say this is I love the way that they're doing this with Riri, kind of like how when they started with Iron Man and how he built the first one, and it wasn't as high tech as as he got further down. So I'm glad that they didn't start her immediately with a full on suit, and you're able to walk with her through this. I'm telling you now, get ready. They're going to blow this Riri out the water. It is coming. She is going to be a full on thing. We already know this, but come on now.
So there you go. That's her. That's going to be her end game armor. Very svelte. You could see her behind here, and this will probably be her early in the show armor. But what we're showing you guys right here, you guys don't even understand.
That's a Cole's outfit. That last one was there's no armor. That was. All right, Marcus. Can anybody? Let me ask you guys this. You guys think the way I think. How do they not introduce Moon Girl somehow in this movie?
I can't believe that they're not going to. I have to believe.
I think they're going. I think that Moon Girl is. I think there's going to be a Moon Girl Easter egg in this fucking movie. I don't know anything. No one said anything, but the way that they're putting, Moon Girl is an older character than Riri.
Yes, absolutely. Look at Namor.
So,
That's amazing.
I mean, what would a perfect opportunity? A young Wakanda girl. I mean, they could mess with the origin a little bit, unless they're going to make her a mutant.
Man, now, but speaking of Moon Girl, you see the cartoons come in. I know on Disney Plus. Have you seen the guest list of people that are? It's all like hip hop celebrities and superstars for this Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur cartoon that's happening. I mean, like the stuff that they're doing. Y'all got to keep your eyes open to what Trey has been saying for the longest. These characters are now meant. I'd be looking for a Moon Girl. I'd be looking for. Of course, you can find a Riri if you can find one cheap. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, I'd go Shuri right now. That's a thing. Where Trey is talking about, Thanos' uncle, Uranus. I'd be looking at all of that right now.
You just got to think like Marvel's not going back. You got to think about the Phase 4 and the Phase 5. They're going to obviously do the Fantastic Four, Doom stuff. Then they're going to do the mutants. And that's what I talked about. Like, I don't think they're going to do the old, played out mutant stories that we've all done. I think they're going to pull from different eras. There's going to be new mutants that no one's talking about. That's why I think that this Hickman run, I think there's a bunch of mutant runs that they're going to be able to pull from. It's the same thing with the DC. Like, DC has failed. There's a reason that John Kent, Damian, all these characters are being pushed to the forefront with this future state and this dark crisis. That is where they're going to go. Look at the animated movies, which we've talked about it for a long time. DC's best overall work over the last 7-8 years has been in the animated department. I love Titans. I think Titans is super underrated. But
for anybody that wants to join the server, there it is right there. Sorry about that, Trey. Go ahead.
No, you're good. Yeah, and I agree. Like, I don't have a lot. The America Chavez, she's going to be a minor character at best. That's what. If you're going to invest in comic books, think big. Don't think in B characters or C characters or cameo characters. Don't spend your money on that. Spend your money on T'Challa, on the things like that. That Marcus has talked about it. Black Panther is going. Iconic doesn't necessarily do that word justice. Like, I don't know what you would call that, but he's going to be a big part of the African American and American culture for hundreds of years.
Yes. What's going on with the open world game that you heard about? Because that to me is so interesting.
Man, EA, Electronic Arts, is getting ready to do an open world Black Panther game similar to Spiderman that was on PS5. They're going in that route. They're going in that vein. That's where, there we go. Show it to them.
Yeah, it says here, new rumors have surfaced suggesting EA may be working on a new Black Panther game that'll feature a massive single-player open-world experience. According to reports, the game will be made by EA Studio, led by former Monolith Productions boss Kevin Stevens, who joined back in 2021. This is going to be a big deal.
No, stop. Don't miss this. Catch that. It is a single-player game, and in its early development, the game starts with Black Panther being dead, right?
Mm-hmm.
Catch all this spec. Black Panther being dead, the player is going to take on the challenges of becoming the new Black Panther, and it seems to be the setup for the game. He also noted that the game's current name is Project Rainer, where the new EA studio is located. So that's how you know that's what it is.
Tosin, Killmonger, Shuri, who, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not a big fan on this whole Tosin spec game, but I can't deny that it's smart play. You know what I mean? This is such a big deal, not only for popularity of the character, new people getting involved in the old school comics. People are going to get hooked on the game, the world, the continuity, the lore, and then they're just going to... How can you not get hooked on the lore from Black Panther, especially the movie? That when that first movie came out, it added so much cool lore and iconography and just really cool historical parts that we never knew. You fall in love with that. I don't care who you are. You fall in love with that stuff. So this is going to be very interesting. We'll see what happens.
I mean, just the mere fact that that they're finding ways to expand this universe and really keep it moving. And people have such a hunger for it. It's going to be so interesting to see how, when Wakanda Forever comes out, how they keep the story moving. It's going to be so interesting to see, because again, I tell you, I could almost bet money. We talked about this. Trey is 100% right. So, Chadwick is physically gone from this place. Michael B. Jordan is still alive. It only makes sense that when Shuri builds the plant, because she has to build a plant to go, because he burned them all in the first one. So when they build the plant, he's going to be there fixing the error of his ways, and he's going to show whoever, her, whatever the case may be, how to be Black Panther.
Yep.
That's not. If I'm okay, wait a minute. Discord link says it's expired, so we just have to redo it. I think it's there. Just do it with your phone. You should be able to get in, no problem. But
we'll put a link up here in a second once
it's no problem.
Figured out. Yeah.
But the main thing is understand this. The spec is here. Let's not play around with it, guys. That's what we're here to do. We're here to help y'all get this shit figured out.
See, the one thing I'm upset about, I mean, it's selfish reasons, but God, I was hoping we'd get to see T'Challa and Storm, and maybe a Zuri. Some of the, I think some of these, I think people are sleeping on some. There's a lot of them, but like Thor's daughter, all the different kids and the future iterations of these children,
the granddaughters.
I think all that shit. I think that's where they're gonna go, and they're very cheap. Like I said, there's multiple T'Challa, Black Storm Kid, different universes.
AOA says, "Will Wakanda Forever beat Top Gun 2 for highest grossing movie?" Without a doubt.
Yeah, I don't see, especially with the Chadwick stuff. The memoriam that's basically that this movie is, and then I keep hearing that this is going all the connective tissue that I've been bitching about. This has it all, and stuff that still people don't know about. I mean, the Doom stuff, the Namor stuff, the Riri stuff. I mean, there is a lot of this is what's going to take the audience into the next phase of the Marvel. So,
and same with the Kid Nova stuff. The Sam, what's his name? Sam Richard. Sam
Wilson.
Ryder.
No, Sam. Yeah, Sam Ryder.
I can't remember his name, but anyways, that Kid Nova stuff is going to be big too. I have a real feeling about that. That's going to catch on the younger crowd. They're going to play. They're going to do games with it. They're going to do cartoons with it. All these characters are going younger. They're all going younger. The Young Avengers are going to end up being the Avengers. So, it's going to be very interesting. But I think the Black Panther 2 movie is just going to blow everything away. I hope so. At least I hope so. I don't want it to be Thor. I don't want it to be funny. I don't want it to be. I want it to
Sam
be
Alexander.
Good. Yeah. Sam Alexander.
I don't think it was funny though. That's what I mean. Like if Thor would have been funny, it would have. But it wasn't funny. Like I get
they
it was
tried
like
to be funny.
It was 2022. Ha 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 ha. Like Saturday Night Live funny. But that's just not funny to me. Like none of the jokes. They're not funny. They're literally the lowest hanging fruit that you can have. And it's like ha 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 ha.
Yeah,
not funny.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
So, Jay wants to bet that Wakanda won't be Top Gun. I will say this: Top Gun. I mean, it's Tom Cruise. It's a phenomenal, franchise of movie. I'm going to tell you how Black Panther is going to do it if Black Panther does this. If there's any spec in this movie, if Doom shows up at the end of this movie, if anything like that happens, along with the movie just being amazing. What you say, Trey? I can't see.
I was gonna say that.
Thank you.
I bought Top Gun. I'm literally planning on watching. Top Gun came out today on.
I'm gonna watch it tonight too.
I bought the 4K. Sorry, I just totally fucked your whole deal up.
No. This is good. No, it's no problem. But it proves my point. If there's something in there, just like with Avengers. What made it become one of the top grossing movies was all the shit that happened in the movie. It was, it all culminated to a thing that made it just become that, right? So Top Gun is just such a legendary movie, so it was automatically going to do, and it was a good movie. I went and saw it, it was an okay movie, All
right, Jay.
He did good.
We're going to put our money where our mouth is, brother.
Okay.
So here's the bet. So if Black Panther 2 beats out Top Gun, you have to become a member of our YouTube membership, okay? So you don't have to. You can do the lowest one, but when the YouTube membership comes out, you got to be a member. If Top Gun stays the number one, I'll send you this Battle Beast variant, Skybound X number 25. Shout out to Big Clutch and Skybound who sent me these to give away. I'll save one of these and I will send it to you if Top Gun ends up beating out Black Panther 2. But otherwise, you have to become a member of the YouTube. What do you say? Bet. Come
on.
I love bets.
Jay, is that a bet?
I love bets like this shit.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Yeah. All right. Let's do a quick. I want to give you guys
an hour and 20 already.
Yeah. We probably need to knock this out. So
this is a throwaway show. We got an hour 20.
I know, dude. Hey, we have a good time on this. So real quick, I want to give you guys a quick little peek in on we're going to break down Saturday really hard, which is the Emerald City Comic Con, my trip and stuff. But I had a really good time. Not because Emerald City Comic Con was great. Emerald City Comic Con was dog shit. It was not fun. There was not very many cool stuff there. The Seattle smells like piss in the city. Like everywhere you go, it smells like fucking urine. You see this every corner that you walk on. If you don't see this, you literally see people smoking heroin in the middle of the sidewalk while there are families from the con just walking everywhere. Like they have no worries. Tinfoil out. Everything, you know what I mean?
Is he dead?
Bro, you think this guy's in a weird position? You'll see some of these zombies in the nod that are like hands over their heads, standing on one foot, and they're straight up on the nod, bro.
What jersey is that, Brian?
Seattle Seahawks.
No, I know, but who?
Richard Sherman.
Yep, Richard Sherman. Yep.
I was excited if that motherfucker had a Steve Largent jersey on. I would have ripped that shit off like it was an American flag getting burned. Steve Largent, Putnam City High School, friend of my dad's, by the way, Hall of Famer.
I got his rookie. This is the type of shit that you see out there all the time. It's really, really bad. And like I said, the con was garbage.
It's not bad, Brian. He's just down on his luck and needs a place to sit. Don't worry.
Hell with that.
You don't know anything about that man, Brian.
I'm gonna tell you right now, my man is going on that booger sugar. He's on that devil's dandruff. He's
on that brown booger sugar.
Yeah. He's on that
straight
real
up
deal.
Yeah, he's on the nod.
His body is contorted.
This was the other funny thing.
That ankle did not look good.
This is in the middle of the street. I must have watched this monitor get pissed on 5 times by dogs and people. In the middle of the street, there's just a monitor chilling there, getting pissed on by people for some reason. I don't get it. Which was crazy. That's the type of shit. Like I don't even see that in San Diego or Phoenix, and you know the drug problem is just as bad here as it is there. But it's so out in the open, and I don't get it. So that's what I will say about Seattle. It's dog shit. Seattle is really taking a shit. I got to stay in the most killer place, though, you guys. This is
staying in a shitty town with a good hotel. A good hotel can salvage a trip.
Yeah. So my best friend, his in-laws have a penthouse apartment in Seattle that they never go to, and so, you know, we went and stayed there for 4 days. A very top floor up here, either the very top or second from the top, but I'm pretty sure it's the very top. It was absolutely amazing. I got to show you this place. Check this place out. Like, this place is so freaking nice. I couldn't believe I would have just stayed and look at these views of the city. And I got to tell you guys, this is what did it for me. I could chill in a place like this all the time, the city being shitty, and just be so voyeuristic. Like you don't want to be that guy. You don't want to be that Jimmy Stewart sitting there with the binoculars, you know, and vertigo, you know what I mean? But when you get out on that balcony and you're literally looking into people's lives and they don't have the windows are open and you see everything, you're like, I could do this all night. Like you're like, what the fuck is wrong with me? You know what I mean? And sure enough, I get to where the balcony is at this place, and there's a set of fucking binoculars there, and I'm like, yep, and you go out there and you'll catch people doing the same thing, just looking straight at you through binoculars, dude. It is so weird. But the place was gorgeous.
This Airbnb?
No, this is my buddy's in-laws' place. They own this place.
So okay, good. That's cool. I was gonna say I don't understand how people do the Airbnbs.
No, fuck Airbnbs, man, because you get fucked.
If someone I didn't know came and lived in my house for the weekend, burn it to the fucking ground.
Yep. I couldn't do it either.
I don't know where they fucked at. I don't know what happened in my house, and I can't live with that. I don't get I just don't understand the Airbnb.
Yeah.
So were you out here? What were you doing out here, Bryan?
Smoking a lot of weed, bro.
Yeah, you can't be up that high and ain't bring no females, Bryan. Like, I'm just trying to figure out.
Hey,
you clapping cheeks that high?
Hey, listen,
Marcus.
Hey.
Fuck that. No, I ain't clapping cheeks on the 42nd floor, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm dead serious. I won't get in a building like that after that shit that happened in fucking Miami a couple years ago. That condo. I'm for real. I don't get in buildings like that.
Yeah, that shit's kind of scary. That shit is definitely kind of scary.
That's right, Joseph. Doggy style, baby. It's in there. I'm out there.
All right. So
I'm out there on X videos. I'm on Pornhub. I'm out there.
Before we get into the market report, this is one of the craziest things that I saw at the con. This was there was only like maybe 5 cool things that happened at the con. I'll get into more of them on Saturday night show. But just because you guys know, if you watch the market report, I always talk about this figure whenever I see it for sale. And I couldn't believe it. I saw a carded Super Amigos Riddler figure, which is the Mexican bootleg version of, they took Green Lantern and they repainted it as Riddler. And this figure is so rare, and you guys got to check this out. This shit's crazy. Here, I'll play this real quick.
Hey, Bryan, just to tag in, do you know that they have re-released Superpowers as Walmart exclusives right now?
Sick.
You can get Darkseid, Batman Who Laughs, Jon Stewart, Batman, Superman, and Aquaman right now. The Batman Who Laughs is the hardest one to find, in my opinion.
Well, it's funny you bring that up because in a second I got more to jump on that. But here we go. Check this out.
I'll shut up.
Come on, what do we got going?
It's killer. You guys, this is one of the rarest figures you're gonna see anywhere. The Super Amigo Riddler figure, which, if I remember correctly, is a Green Lantern figure.
It is a Green Lantern. The cool thing about this is it's a repaint of the Green Lantern, but right on his hand there, he's got the Green Lantern. You can still see it. The ring is on there, just painted over, so it makes it really cool.
How long have you guys had this figure?
Not too long. There's an actual Green Lantern. You can compare the two. Do the little side by side action there.
That's amazing, man. That is absolutely one of the craziest things. I've never seen one of these carded. I've never seen one in person, to be honest.
Yeah, they're tough.
How long have you had it?
I'd probably say maybe about 6 months. Yeah, it came from a collection from Brazil. So.
Wow. Did you guys pick up any other Brazilian foreign?
Just G.I. Joes. Yeah,
really?
G.I. Joes.
Have you sold most of those already?
I don't have any of them here with us. We have them at our store.
What's your guys' store? Tell us your store.
It's Bobacon Toys. We're in Everett, Washington, just north of Seattle. So.
Very cool. This is awesome, you guys. This is an experience I did not expect when I was coming all the way to Seattle to see the con, man. Walk into one of the craziest, most rare figures you're going to see. So if anybody's out there looking for a carded Super Amigo Riddler figure, there you guys go. Contact, say that again?
Bobacon Toys in Everett, Washington.
Bobacon Toys in Everett, Washington, you guys. And what's the price on this?
$3,500.
$3,500, you guys. You can get yourself one of the rarest figures you'll ever see. So very cool. Thank you, guys.
Dude,
really
those guys
cool.
Both of those guys though look like they'd be friends with Jesse Pinkman in real life.
They fit, bro. And that wasn't even the rarest figure, bro. That was not even the rarest figure. The rarest figure they have, I'll talk about on Saturday. But I'll tell you real quick, it was a Prince Funko. That is one of the rarest Funkos that was made for something to do with Prince. and it was like a 12 grand or something like that. Crazy stuff. All right, so let's do this. I wish I would have. Yeah, Doc Joe's like, why didn't you buy that? Oh boy. All right, let's get into the market report, you guys. You know how this works. We've got a quick market report tonight because we were only going to be on here for like 45 minutes tonight, but we just have too much fun hanging out. So let's get into the market report tonight, you guys. This is the market report for August 24th, 2022, starting off with some interesting comic stuff, very interesting comic stuff to be said. All right, so I'm not a big fan of Stan Lee signatures at all, but if I was ever to get a Stan Lee signature, it would be on either Marvel Age 41 or the April Fool's Death of Stan Lee fanzine that came out. I love those two books and Stan Lee signatures. This is an 8.0 that sold for $441. I imagine you get higher grades for probably less than that, but I would definitely keep an eye out. If you're looking for a Stan Lee signature, don't get it on just any book. Get a book that he's on, especially on the cover, something like that. Get that Western book that he's on, something like that. Spiderman 2099, number 1, CGC 9.8 on a newsstand, sold for $600. I can't believe that book is selling for $600 right now. That's surprising.
I can't be honest with you, though. That's one of those ones. That's one of those hard stock ones. The fact that it survived a fucking any newsstand at all to be a 9.8 is just
yeah.
It's like the Silverhawk. Could you imagine finding? I haven't looked at the census in a while, but I was thinking about it. You guys were talking about on your show Saturday about like some of those image books. I can't even imagine what a fucking Darkhawk number 1. Because you remember it was hard. It had that if you touched it, the oil.
Yeah,
on
the
your
Shadowhawk.
skin.
Yeah,
Shadowhawk.
yes.
Is that right?
Yeah. What was the guy's name that did that? He's always the forgotten image guy. I can't remember the guy's name who did Shadowhawk. Anyways, shout out to Vinny.
Oh,
Vinny's in the house.
Mark Silvestri.
Was it Silvestri or was it Vin? Anyways, it was one of those guys.
I think it was Silvestri who did Shadowhawk.
Speaking of Silvestri, he's got a Joker Batman book coming out on DC Black Label, which looks very. Thank you, Jim Valentino. Yeah, Jim Valentino. But Silvestri's got that Joker Batman book coming out here on Microsoft on Marvel or DC Black Label. So, the Saga book, I still feel like that is just so low. I feel like that should be $1,000 book personally. Obviously, the market doesn't feel that way. What are your guys' thoughts on that book? Do you think that maybe that's a book to start picking up and picking off at anywhere around that price and less?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'd grab.
I would tell you that based on a Taco Bell commercial, guys. No, I'm being dead serious, Brian. I'm not joking.
I know. I saw it too.
You can say what you want to, but I talked about this early on Unpressable CBSI stuff. When you started seeing Harley in the Deadpool stuff showing up at the cosplay, that is when you start seeing people dress up as characters and showing up. That tells me a lot about what's about that. That's exactly how Harley Quinn got popular. People were showing up to Comic-Con dressed as Harley Quinn. And all the creators and people at DC were like, what is going on?
Yep.
And what did they do?
Gwenpool.
Absolutely. Same thing with Deadpool. Deadpool was not a popular character until people started showing up in dyed Spider-Man costumes with a belt on trying to look like Deadpool. And what did they do? They started making more Deadpool stuff. So when I see people do, I hate cosplay. I think it's the dumbest thing ever, by the way, but that's just my opinion. But when you see people doing it, you need to pay attention because it's telling you that if these people are spending their hard-earned money to dress up as a fake comic book character, they're pretty into that character. And to be that into a character, I take note.
Yep. I'm always of the opinion that with Saga, they're always one announcement away from just exploding. All it takes is for Brian Vaughn to say that, hey, we're going to do a 3D show or a cartoon or an animation, because he said he couldn't do it live action because it was a little too far out there. But in today's time and place, all he has to do is announce, hey, we're doing a TV show. We're doing a movie. Anything Saga, because it's such a enthralling book. Like that was one of the books that when I first started getting into comics, I read that book. It was a page turner all the way in. I was there from beginning to end. Every book, every one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was in there. So that's me. I'm that person. You on mute, Bryan.
Jesus, I'm being the worst professional podcaster tonight. That's a great book to introduce new comic readers to, especially females. That was always a great book to introduce to the females. All right, next on the list, we've got some interesting G.I. Joe stuff here. I love the Starduster figure, one of the rarest figures to find complete. So tough to find. Mail away figure. G.I. Joe fans know about it. Great figure. $850 on 28 bids for a loose but 100% complete Starduster, which is crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. Vintage blue Snaggletooth. Don't know if it has the dent on the foot, but of course that's the rare Snaggletooth, sold for $1,250. It was one bid sale, but $1,250, a lot of money. And there you go, guys. We got a couple more weapons lots, and there's a He-Man weapon lot. Not a ton of them. $311 on 45 bids.
It is amazing how He-Man just really, the accessories, all that G1 He-Man shit is just insane what it really goes.
Well, yeah, because the G2 and the G3 shit sucks so bad. All the people like me who loved He-Man has to go back to the early 80s to get what we want.
Yeah.
That's what's, the Kevin Smith deal was just.
That was a nightmare,
I had such
bro.
high hopes. I
Yeah.
had such high hopes.
You know what made me have high hopes for it was how he used "I Need a Hero" when it came out, the Netflix commercial.
I agree.
Remember the commercial? I was like, "Oh shit, yeah, that was dope." Go ahead, Trey. I'm sorry, Trey.
No, I'm literally agreeing with you 100%.
Next on the list, I love the Seduction of the Innocent book, first edition with the print, with the dust jacket. So tough to find. For those of you guys that don't know, Seduction of the Innocent, or they like to shorten it to SODI, is the trial which got us the comic code. Frederick Wortham was the guy who was on a crusade that comics were ruining the youth of America, and it kind of messed a lot of stuff up. And not until Denny O'Neil and Neil Adams and Stan Lee doing what they did in the 60s and early 70s, it wasn't until then that the comics code was kind of thrown to the wayside. But even still this day, you got the comics code on stuff on certain books. So Seduction of the Innocent, that's the original book from 1954, $1,400 on 34 bids. Be on the lookout for that. If you guys,
Bring back the code.
Yep.
I'm serious.
Star Wars Tales number 23, a CGC 9.8. That might have been Stein's sale, because I know Stein just picked up just had an unboxing of a bunch of CGC books he sent in, and he got a 9-point edit of this book. That is criminally low. $290 on 26 bids for the first appearance of Revan and Malik. That book right there is so tough to get in high grade. The way Trey was talking earlier about the hard, kind of cardboard covers, those Star Wars Tales, a lot of those books have the same thing, and they spine tick and dent, and it's just so tough to get in high grade. Be on the lookout for sales like that, you guys. That's the type of stuff. If you're really looking for, you're big fans of these characters and the prices were too high, that price is criminally low. So be on the lookout. Why the hell is Shirtless Bear Fighter number 2, baby Scotty Young, going for $329 raw on 20 bids?
Sublime just said it. Them Scotty Young variants are going for real money.
Yep.
Them variants are starting to go for real money. Yeah.
But
why is that one so rare? Is that one really rare? Chat, let us know. I can't remember. I know we've talked about that book before, but I don't remember it being that rare and that expensive. So 20 bids. 20 bids.
I don't know. I don't know about that one. I know that them Scotty Young variants are starting to go on stupid.
Oh, 100%.
Hey, is there some arguing about what the first appearance of Revan is? Because Doc Joe got a 9.8 this week that he was excited about. That.
So you have the Knights of the Old Republic number 9, which is the first appearance of Revan, not Darth Revan, right? So Revan, So okay. There you go.
That makes sense. I'll follow you now.
Yep. So that's a big book too.
Oh, Nate said he think he heard that it got optioned.
that shirtless bear fighter got optioned?
Yeah.
Ooh, interesting. That's going to be a funny
but
thing.
The Ukraine, they're going to make Russian propaganda movies again?
Coder 9 and 42, he said he got 42 is the first appearance of Darth Malik. So
that's right.
Yeah.
Joe's been fucking getting some heat. If you guys want a good Instagram to follow, 2 good Instagrams to follow is Paul's and fucking Doc Joe's. If you want to see good books, Doc Joe's is one of the better Instagrams you guys need to be following.
Yeah. Next on the list, what do you guys think about coverless comics?
I don't
you
do
in
them.
On them?
I don't do them, but I'm not mad at people that do.
I about that. I don't know if I'd have paid $3,200 for it, but
yeah, $3,200 is a lot.
I've seen somebody with an AF-15. They were selling pages, and they would get the pages graded.
Yep.
And a graded page go for stupid money. One page.
Dude, I almost bought a page of Batman 1. It was the very first Joker. The guy wanted $1,400 for it. This was 10, 12. Big Leg and I were literally looking into it. There was a couple other pages from that book that he was trying to sell. There was some AF-15 pages on my comic shop. We had the first Spidey in there, the first picture of Spidey in there for like $400 that I thought was a stupid buy. So no.
Hey, who is this Vinny Kumar guy?
He need to be taking his wife for dessert and shit. He needs it. Not worried about the podcast.
Yeah, he's worried about the wrong things. He need to be worried about some of that gas station pill. He need to stop buying.
You know what this is like? You know what this is like? This would be like if a starting player for the Thunder called the coach earlier and was like, "Hey, I'm not gonna be there. I'm sick." And then you look up and he's in the second row eating popcorn, drinking a fucking beer. This is Vinny Kumar.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's
Absolutely.
what this is.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? He's out, frolicking with his wife.
I think I'm going to start collecting sexual innuendo covers just as a fun little collecting type thing. Like not going and spending big money for it, but, just like a collecting niche because it could pay off selling in the future. That Rifleman 10 cover is such a classic, iconic cover. Even in a 4.5 for $343, I kind of feel like.
Yo, stop. I ain't even realized what was going on until you said that. And I am appalled. Only in America will a rifleman have a big ass log in front of his damn dingaling.
It's wood, dude.
And wood in front of his damn dingaling. And he's sitting there looking at the kid, and the kid is holding the damn wood.
He's holding his wood.
No.
It's almost as bad as the Action Comics Superman cover where the kid's crying on his pillow and Superman's taking off his clothes.
Oh, God.
Wait, what is that one? How do I not know?
You've never seen that one? Hold on, this one's crazy.
I knew about the fucking one that DC was such a pussy, they changed it from a beer to a cola. Yeah. Because heaven forbid 2 people having beers.
Did you say sexual?
By the way, Adam, Awesome Sauce Radio, you got to chill with them fucking covers you're posting, bro. Holy shit.
I love
He
Adam.
posted one today that was get your attention.
Yeah,
wow.
Here we go.
Wow.
You know what's crazy, though? Our brains weren't fucked up in the 70s and the 80s, though. That's not what the first thing everybody thought of.
Yeah.
They're like, this
457
like
for you guys that are looking.
Listen, I'm telling you right now, it looked like Superman about to break this little boy off. It is time. We need to change our minds on this, man. This is crazy.
Yeah, dude.
This is crazy. I can't even know. I can't.
All right, so
Zartan. I saw Zartan.
Oh yeah, Zartan's coming up. How about that? Ultimate Comics, all new Spider-Man #1, 9.8, $3,000.
I get it.
Second print.
Oh, there we go. Second
appearance.
Second appearance. Yeah, that is crazy, and I love that cover. Such a classic cover, man. Such a great cover. But $2,000. Wow. All right, here we go, you guys. I don't know what's up with this Hero Bomb Disposal 1991 Nilco G.I. Joe.
You know why you didn't hear anybody about it? It's because Cobra killed all the motherfuckers who showed up in that contraption. Because that ain't sniffing any bombs. That ain't disposing of nothing. That ain't taking the trash to the curb.
No. So I've never seen that, but $405. That's pretty good. There's a Star Wars vintage weapons lot. 26 weapons sold for $316.11.
Is it weird that I can tell that 2 of those are Jinx's size?
Yes. Yeah. And well, or not only that, what is that right there? Like that big axe. Is that the Gamoran Guard's axe right there? So,
oh no, Star Wars. Never mind.
My favorite carded or in the box figure that ever came out of G.I. Joe is Zartan. I remember,
love Zartan.
Yeah, I remember as a kid, I wanted this figure so bad, and my dad took me to Service Merchandise, which was like a place you could go to get like things
I haven't heard that name in years.
that didn't sell on the shelves in a regular store. They send to Service Merchandise, and we went in there and they had Zartans for half off, and I got my first Zartan. It's one of the greatest memories I ever had. The next day, going out and putting him in the sun and watching him turn blue and putting together the swamp skier. And not only that, when you took that mask out of that backpack and put it on his face, it was one of the coolest things in any toy ever. And you guaranteed you lost that fucker.
Absolutely.
Dude, I remember my mom, not half off. Do you guys remember Montgomery Ward?
Yes.
Yes.
Same deal. Took me to Montgomery. It was right before 4th of July. I remember it was like July 3rd. We were about to go out of town. My mom knew she had to get me something to keep me entertained in the car. And she got me Zartan. And I remember I lost it at a gas station. And to this day, at fucking 42 and a half, I'm still haunted about. I still have the cycles, what's fun, but I don't have the fucking Zartan. And I've been looking for a good on-card one for years that makes sense. And
I bought a.
I just don't know which one I want.
I bought a. It's open but 100% complete, and the box is in perfect condition. Zartan with Swamp Skier for like, I think I paid like $80 for it at a flea market, and it is one of my prized possessions. And I would love to have an unopened mint in box AFA Zartan, but there, as you see, that's not even AFA graded. $860 on 20 bit. That's a lot of money. There was at one time I tried to talk Vinny into Marcus into naming this podcast the Dreadnoughts. That's a great one.
That's
a great one.
It's such a good name.
Yeah. And Gemco was the other place. Service Merchandise, Gemco, Montgomery Ward, Sears, great place. Toys R Us, obviously, Lino Play World, KB Toys.
We didn't have a Gemco in Oklahoma.
Yeah, we had Gemco out here. Next on the list, the Marvel Toy Biz Spider-Man 2099 figure. As you guys know, you could only get that at KB toy stores. It was a variant specifically to them, and we talk about it all the time. $355 on 50 bids for the and they want the comic in the back, but the figure loose sells for a ton of money too. So, you know, be on the lookout. I always say be on the lookout for that variant, but also be on the lookout for the carded ones. $355 to $500 is what I see them go for. I've even seen them go for $600. So,
wow,
I love homies. The homies figures were one of my favorite guilty pleasures. Anytime I would go in to get cigarettes or anything at a gas station and they had the homies in there, I was in there for an extra 10 minutes grabbing like 10 different of the homies. And I don't know what the Viva Mexico one is. I've never seen that one, but it sold for $385 on 21 bids. So that's pretty cool. You guys let me know in the description or in the comments below on the YouTube channel, you guys, if on the YouTube video, if you know what's up with the Viva Mexico homies one. South Park 25th anniversary Towley pot foil poster. Okay, so this is why this is so great. On the last Bogcast episode, me and my homie Keith last week, we showed the concert where they had the 25th anniversary South Park event, and they had Les Claypool from Primus on stage playing with Trey and Matt, right? And then they brought out Rush. They brought out Geddy Lee from Rush, and who's the drummer from Rush? I can't remember the drummer's name, to play with them. And this is the event that was there, and it's one of the coolest South Park things you'll ever see. Such a cool moment. I want that freaking poster, man. I love Towley.
Yeah.
I want the kicks. I want that poster. Super, super cool. $334. There we go. Trey knows what's up. He got himself the golf cover. Twice baked. Yeah. Very good stuff.
Scotty Cameron.
All right. Next on the list, Some more cool posters. Nirvana stuff. Saw a lot of cool Nirvana stuff, obviously, in Seattle. Saw a lot of cool reprint posters. I like the Frank Kozik stuff. Always like the Frank Kozik stuff. There's some really cool Deftones Frank Kozik stuff. But that Nirvana Frank Kozik is super cool. $1,200, one bid. Love it. It's Houston Astro Arena back in the day with the Breeders, which is crazy.
Wow.
So,
yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's in Houston.
Yep.
So the Astro Arena is it's like by the Astrodome. So it's just a little Houston thing for you. It's right by the Astrodome. The Astrodome is a big ass, it's just huge ass complex where they used to play baseball, of course. But it's still there, and they're now turning it into a park. So the Astro Arena is a little bit further over to the right, and it still has, concerts and venues and events in the Astro Arena. It's crazy.
Really?
It's NRG
still
Arena.
there.
Yeah, it's called NRG Arena now, but yeah.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, really cool.
Love the 73 blacklight poster. I love blacklight posters, love vintage blacklight posters, and that's totally Ghost Rider style right there. Very cool. $300 on one bid. But that John Romita Jr. original pub in Boston flyer is the type of shit I love showing you guys. Who would have thought something like that was out there? Frankenstein on it by John Romita Jr., who back then remembered how he could draw back then. Now everything looks like kick-ass and terrible. But back then he knew how to draw. So that was a really cool piece. $1,200 on one bid. And then I got a couple of these interesting ones that, I found. We talked about this. I can't remember where we talked about it. It might have been here. Might have been the Hot 10. This is some bullshit to me. I'm not a fan of this. If you guys don't know, these are the Miko Suyon Joker and Bane Batman 125 foil covers that were sent to CGC, graded, and then in a partnership with whatever this store is, they're selling these. So CGC is now selling books in a partnership that they graded 9.8. That's not good to me. That does not work for me. Another retailer exclusive variant fuck up. This should not be happening. I'm not a fan of this. These two sold for $500. Here's another one sold for $280. This is not good. CGC, be better. This is interesting. If you guys don't know who Dan Close is, I think that's how you say his name. 8-Ball and Ghost World. He created Ghost World, the old school Scarlett Johansson movie back in the day where we first saw Scarlett Johansson, and everybody knew back then she was going to turn into Scarlett Johansson. She is now. But this is a hand silk screen board game that he made called Boredom. Sold for $350 on 9 bids. I love stuff like this. Very interesting. Here's you guys see the pictures. Let's go through these. These are kind of cool. So this is the type of stuff that I think is worth picking up. You don't find rare stuff like this out there in the wild very often. If you see it on eBay, maybe $350 is a nice thing to throw at it. This is cool. Love this book. Weird Mysteries #6, a 2.0, sold for $493. I feel like this is a great buy. Great buy. Yeah. This cover is awesome. Look at that.
Legendary cover.
Yep. Yeah. This is interesting. Original art, you guys. Check out this. For $340, great buy. This is Green Lantern page. This is from this book right here, 151. I want to say it was the final issue in the series. It could have been the final issue. Really, really crazy, controversial page. Obviously, you guys can see why. This is the type of stuff, original art, you want to be on the lookout for. Like, this is a great buy for $350.
Now, you just wait a damn minute. That's my kind of going on. What she doing over there? That's my kind of going on.
Amen, brother. This is a great page. Major DC hero, sexual, interesting, stuff going on in the inside pages. You got some side titty, some under titty showing. So interesting. How about this one? Fantastic Four #48, $343, but somebody decided to add a little bit of stuff on the watch.
Hey, Vinny.
Vinny with hair and a beard. So there
someone
you go.
paid $343. There's 21 bids for that piece of shit.
Can you believe that, bro? I'm so
I
surprised.
can't have that in my box.
No, not at all. Especially when the Watcher is my favorite character in Marvel, and they just totally fouled it up. Whoever did this, burn in hell. Not. So I talked about a show maybe last Saturday when I was in Seattle. I saw some of the cool Astro. I used to collect all the astromech droids, the different types, and I really like the different variants. And I saw some cool ones there that were made, but these are Star Wars, not made by. They're not officially licensed figures, obviously Smurfs, Star Smurfs. But this is very interesting. Sold for a ton of money. You guys can see at a 50. I love stuff like this. A lot of artists are creating these type of things. It's been going on for 20 years now. I remember seeing it in San Diego back in the early 2000s with a lot of the artists making these, the Star Wars, the Boba Fett ones. But these are Star Smurfs that sold. 2 of them sold for $599. That's 49 bids. And then this one is crazy. Look at all these. These are rare bootleg figures, 9 of them. There we go.
What does the one say? Work from home.
Yeah. Revenge of the Hill. These are Princess Ladybird and Chewy Bobby. Porgs.
Oh, that's so bad.
Toilet Wars. R2D2.
Oh my
Outhouse.
God. Okay.
Love that Royal Guard, dude. Look at how cool that Royal Guard is. Yes,
you got the
bro.
bubble goose.
Yeah,
like
dude.
One.
Secret of the Jacket, Street Wars, Secret of the Jacket, The Last Royal, and NY Vader. Look how dope those are, man. Super cool. Troops in the Hood. You remember when they did the Troops one, which was like cops, but it was stormtroopers? And then Work from Home Vader, like Trey was talking about. Really, really crazy stuff. Did Django Uncloned, which is a Boba Fett. And then User of the Force, which is like a Tron's Star Wars mashup. It looks like those sold for $311, which probably you could still make a little bit more money selling these individually, I'd imagine. Yeah. NYCC, this is the one that I love the most, though. This is from NYCC exclusive, R2D2 Pimp 2 D2, banned by Star Wars, only 25 made. Comes with the sticker.
I need it.
Yep. Especially that there was only 25 of them, signed by the artist. Very cool stuff. All right, we're getting close to the end. I love lots. I love buying action figure lots, and I love when they look like this. All right, let's see. This went for $461, and there's got to be a reason, right? $461 seems a little high, so let's see what we got going on here. We've got a Zartan. We've got, it looks like the Clutch, right? A Storm Shadow, a version 1 Stalker, version 1 Seal, Hooded Cobra Commander, Scrap Iron, another Stalker. That looks like the Cobra Officer, right? That could be a Mickey Mouse Cobra, and I'm not sure. I can't get really well. Let's take a look here. Let's see if we can get closer. Where is it? Why is it not doing it? But look how out-colored that is. I love Blowtorch, one of my favorite all-time G.I. Joes. Got me into G.I. Joe. There's the first versions, and there is those Mutton Junkyard. So $461. I have a feeling, though, if I could zoom in on that, that might be something special right there. So be on the lookout for the lots.
Right.
How about this one? Aqua Teen Hunger Force signed 2005 San Diego Comic-Con PVC toys from an exclusive 2005 Adult Swim swag. This is the type of stuff that I would eat up for $220. It's signed, and they're the PVC toys, OG 2005 style. It's got the swag that came with it. I have this right here, and I think I have this because I was at San Diego that year, and I remember them giving this out, but I think this is probably a very interesting buy with all the autographs on there. $221. Getting close to the end. 2 of my favorite things, G.I. Joe prototype concept sketches that they drew to try and make new figures. This was Flint. How about that, you guys?
Flint's underrated, by the way.
Yeah, very underrated. He was always my second pick. So
Flint
this
was
is
over. I always thought that they should have followed Flint over Duke.
100%. Yeah, Flint looked way cooler. $191. Here's another one. This is
Hold on. Why was there drawers up there?
Let me see here. Powerpuff Girls prototype sample panties. How about that one? That should not be selling on eBay.
That shit says related sponsored items. I didn't know what was going on. I was like,
Prototype.
Well, let's just part. It look used. So
I'm very defensive. I'm not searching for panties on here, you guys. Trust me. Please trust me.
Hey, Brian.
I think it'd be cooler. It'd be cooler if you did.
Trey. Brian, don't miss this. Catch this, Brian.
I want to do spec. I want to do dirty panty spec next week. Really bad.
You can buy those in vending machines in Japan.
Spec. I want to find the OnlyFans chicks that you can buy their underwear from. Yeah. We're going to talk about it next week.
So this figure never came out, which is very, very cool. Cobra Sniper. This is one of the original sniper figures that they were doing. Remember Lowlight, how cool Lowlight was? But $191. These are great buys, in my opinion. And finally, there you go, you guys. Bored Ape Super Plastic Super Board. This is the Mutant, right? Right, Marcus?
Yes, this is what we told y'all to get. You could have got it for $222.
And now they're selling for $305, and there'll be more next week.
And there'll be more next week. And, and this is a pre-order. You can't even buy this right now. Like, this ain't coming to them no time soon. These ain't done.
Yep.
And already, lunch money, $305, $222 to $305, that's lunch money.
Yep.
That's Perry's. That's at least Perry's on Friday. You get the pork chop.
And that is the market report, ladies and gentlemen, for August 24th, 2022. You guys, we can't say thank you enough. 50 live viewers till the end. You guys have really been showing us love. 1,000 views on our last 2 episodes, close to 1,000 views. We appreciate you. Make sure you guys join up on the Discord server. I will put the invite link in the description below after we're done here. Trust us on this, you guys. Join the Discord server.
Listen, I'm not going to tell y'all. I'm only going to say it maybe 1 or 2 more times. Please do not. I'm join the Discord.
That's being said,
as I can say, join the Discord.
We appreciate you guys. Much love. Make sure you're subbed up. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you check all the links. Hit us up on IG.
Join the Discord.
We're out. Adios.